Welcome back. Okay, so I was going through the synths and I came up with the synth which actually used a VST plugin which is called the Wasp. I normally don't use the stock plugins, but for most of you, you probably don't have the same tools that I have. So we're going to go ahead and use the Wasp. Now, to install the Wasp, I already uploaded I preloaded the VST, which in the sample pack, the FLschool sample pack, you will have the preset in there ready. This way you'll have the same sound. Okay, so all you gotta do is, let's just say I want to create a sound. You go to channels, add one. You can find it in here, or you can right click on one of these channels and you can insert or replace. You don't want to insert into one of these because you might overwrite it. So let's just go this way. Add one. Go down and find the Wasp, which is on the bottom. If you can't find it, all you do is go to more and then find it in here, which usually it'll be under your VST plugins. So let's go ahead and add in the Wasp. And this is the basic sound, which we're not going to use. And in the sample pack, all you got to do is click and drag and drop it in. So now you have the acid sound. And I already pre-made a quick pattern where you could just watch how I did it, or you can put it in this pattern, which is a one right here. This is a quick stab, which is the duration is set to 0, 12, 0, 1, 2. And this one is set to 1.000. Same thing with here, and this is to 1, 2. And then this one is 3.012. You don't have to keep it like that, but if you want to extend it, this is how I have it. And that's pretty much the pattern that's already made. So since we already have it, this is just I was giving you an example right here. We don't need that. And now we have the Wasp. Now what I want to do is, what you should do is make sure it's highlighted and go ahead and put it in one of your inserts, which I put it in insert 9. Once again, you go to drop down menu, go to link selected to this track, or hit Control L, and I added a reverb. So what we're going to do is, let's go ahead and redo the reverb so you can be along with me. For the reverb 2, once again, we're going to put it into like a full mode, and we're going to move this up a little bit, not too much. And I did raise the volume down because or the bass, because it had too much bass to the synth. It's actually an acid sound, and the volume I lowered it down because it was a little bit too loud. So let's go ahead and play that back. Okay, this is actually the second pattern, and let's go to pattern. This is the first pattern, which is just the basic pattern start. So this is the basic pattern. And what we're gonna do is let's go to playlist. Since this is number, we're not gonna use nothing in 18. We'll leave that blank. We'll just skip down to 19. We'll just call this acid 1. And then the second one would be acid 2. Once again, you can just name it. You don't have to name it acid 1, acid 2. You can name it synth 1, synth 2, or whatever you want to name it. It's up to you. And where we left off, we had just the basic breakdown. Now what I want to do is I actually want to filter this in. See, we already got the 16 bars, and the beat's going to actually start right here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get the acid 1. We'll probably start it right here. And we're going to do some automation. Automation is probably another very important thing here in FL Studio. So here's how to do the automation. Okay, what I want to do is I want to do the acid. Let's go to the mixing board, your FX mixer, and add in a filter. And what I want to do is I want to filter this in. So let's play this back real quick and see how it would sound. Okay, so what I did was I lowered the high pass. This is the default settings, which was when they had right here halfways and this halfway. I lowered the high pass all the way down, the resistance all the way up, and I want to keep this just about 1 bar. And what we're going to do is we're not going to touch these right here. We're just going to move the cutoff frequency. So what we're gonna do to do automation, make sure you select, let's say pattern 2. Let's name that automation. Make sure it's in song mode. You're gonna click right here wherever you want to start the beat, and make sure the automation is highlighted. Let's go to FX Mixer, click on the filter, close this off, arm your recording, and let's just say you want to play it. You play it and fade it in as it's moving. You can click on this and move your mouse up. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so that's done. Now go ahead and close this down, and you notice it has the fade in right here. Now what I want to do is let's play this back again. Okay, so it sounds good so far, and as you notice, when I did record, I hit stop and it automatically puts a automation in the top. Now what you do is, if you want to edit that, let's say you want to make it more smoother, just double click on the bar and it'll open up your editor, and you could edit this if you want to smooth it out more, or if you want to fade it in faster. However you want to do it, this is the way to do it. This is your editor. So we're just going to go ahead and leave it right there for now. But then another thing I want to do is I want to stop the synth right here, and I want to keep, basically I'm going to keep like almost like dead air, except for the snare roll and maybe a vocal. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of one vocal. Actually, let's get rid of this one right here, and let's play that, just the end part, see how that sounds. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and use that. Now let's go ahead and add in, we already got the crash, let's add in a kick. Let's go ahead and add in a closed hi-hat, add in 4/4 snare and a 4/4 clap. This way it sounds more, it doesn't sound too plain. And let's go ahead and add in, let's do the hi-hat. Actually, no, we won't do the hi-hat yet. We'll build it up as we're working with the track. And then we got the synth. Actually, it's the acid one, and I just want to use the 3 first bars, and then I'm going to do it like this. Now, you can extend this as long as you want, but we're not going to make this track too long because it's just a demo. So we're going to go ahead and play this and see what we have. So let's go ahead and start from the very first breakdown. Okay, so it's coming along pretty good, but the synth sounds too loud, which we can fix the volume. Let's go ahead and play that synth back. Also, I want to add in a soft clipper. Now, the soft clipper basically is a little compressor. You can keep this because as it's filtering in, it gets too loud and it's peaking too loud. So we're going to go ahead and use that. Make sure it doesn't go too loud, too high. So let's play that real quick. Okay, so this is the end of this video, and I will see you in the next session.